Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. And please help me welcome my sisters, Shari from Voices from the Swamp, and Val, Dragonfly Crystals, the Next Level Channeling. And welcome, everyone, to Sisters of the Mystical Tarot. Nice to see you here. Nice to have you here. Hello, ladies.
Hello. If I disappear, it means the storm knocked us out. So
Yes.
it's like storming outside, big time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I live in the desert, so it's doing nothing here but hot.
I remember what it was like to live in the desert. I didn't have to deal with it. And after a while, I got to missing it. And now I'm here and it's like, I kind of miss being in the desert right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So hello to all of you that are here with us. We've got Edward Kenneth, Arlene Forney, Jackie B, Butterflies Are Free, Robert Cornell, Lois Tucker, hello, MIVS, hello from Hamilton, Ontario, waving back to you from Calgary, Alberta. In the Zone, artist Liz, and there's a few of you that are just sitting back. Bora Bora, nice to see you. Althea, you're sitting back and lurking. That's okay. Lurking is encouraged. You can do that. The only thing that we ask is to please make sure that you like, share, and particularly subscribe to our channels. Mm-hmm. And Miv says it's Linda. I'm going to try to remember that. So, yes, we like to get the message out in front of people who want to hear what we have to say. They just don't know who we are and where we are. So when you do the like and the share, it raises the algorithm. It gets us out in front of more people. And when you subscribe, and it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, okay? It helps with the numbers, and of course, the more subscribers that you have, the higher up you are in the grand scheme of things, the more that your videos are featured, right? So what I started doing in the description of the video, I started putting two links in there. Okay. So one of them, if you look at the description, one of them will say Shari's channel is Voices from the Swamp. And then underneath, I've got the YouTube link. Same thing. Val's channel is Dragonfly Crystals. And then the link. That way, I'm hoping that if I do it both of those ways, that you'll be able to access their channels and subscribe to them directly on their main channels. That should stick, where sometimes if we just do it from a link, you're subscribed for 2-3 days, and then all of a sudden
and then they unsubscribe you. Yeah.
So, we want to.
And it's a good habit anyway to go in at least once a month or once every couple of months and just check all the channels that you want to stay subscribed to. Yes. Because even though YouTube says they don't do that, they do that. They just randomly will kick you off.
They don't do it on purpose, but somehow their system does it.
Yes. So yeah, the algorithm does it. So it's not personal.
Yeah. Exactly. And hello, Hope Suzanne, Bora Bora. Hello, Dolores. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. So, Shari, what's happening on your channel this week that you want to share with the kind, gracious folks?
Well, tomorrow night is Golden Girls, and we have a new face that's going to be with us, and I'm looking forward to that. And then Friday night is Polyterology on the Cold Crone. And then Saturday, I have a newbie coming on, Purple Moon Tarot. Her name's Francine. She seems really nice. So that'll be Saturday afternoon. And then the slumber party with Ramon, who is coming in an extra one this month because he missed last month because his internet went out, and Bobby jumped in to cover for him. So
thank goodness.
And then I've got in a couple of weeks, I got Selena coming on for the full moon, and we're going to do full moon rituals on the show. So something a little different, So
Nice.
and all that witchy stuff, So I was like, maybe I'll learn something.
No, nothing wrong with witchy stuff. Nothing wrong with witchy
Not
stuff.
even.
No, no. And yeah. And how about you, Val?
Oh gosh. So couple of things coming up. You still have time. All of you. I know. Don't even hesitate. You can sign up for the psychic mediumship class with Aley from Heart and Soul Connected and I, which the first class is starting Saturday. And it is 3 classes, and it's well worth the money that we're asking for it. But you can be a beginner. You don't have to have any background in anything. Mm-hmm. Just come, take that first step, dip your toe in, and you're going to be surprised at yourself. So sign up for that. Also, I want to mention on August 8th, the Lion's Gate, I'm doing the Trinity of Divine Embodiment activations. There are 3 activations. It's 3 different weeks, and you will come away with your full original divine blueprint intact, with your eye, third eye, hooked up, whatever you want to call it, and your fire, your divine fire to go out into the world and do whatever you're here to do. This is the embodiment of the divine Trinity. And so you can sign up for that on dragonflycrystals.store. I really want to say everyone who took our last class loved it, the psychic mediumship, so much that one of the gals came back and wanted to take the class again. And you can always retake any of my classes for free once you have taken a class. It's the same class. You've taken it. You can take it as many times as you want for free. Just email me and I'll send you the link. This is something I do for everyone. And so I encourage those of you who have not dipped their toes in, don't be afraid of psychic mediumship. It's like channeling. Boom. It's easy.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Or else it'll hit you when you least expect it. You're like, what the hell is that?
So please go ahead and do that, because do that for yourself as a gift. And that's what I wanted to tell you. I also have something funny. On August 6th, Arthur, either I'm going on his channel or he's coming on mine. I think it's me. It's my channel this time on August 6th, Arthur and I at 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time. So I wanted to mention that. And also one final thing, I am going to be on a Val solo live at 6 o'clock tonight.
What?
I know.
Yay!
Fabulous. I mean, it's a miracle. But definitely 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 Eastern time, I will be on there. Q&A. I'll answer all your questions. I might have to speak a little bit more about the embodiment of divine Trinity, because you really have to understand it is activations. It's energy transmission. And it isn't coming from me. It's coming from my Arcturian guides through me, and Syrian guides through me to all of you. So this isn't going to be repeated.
Yeah, it's a one of.
It's a one of.
It's not a rinse, repeat, redo.
It's not a rinse, repeat. So just that's it. And I also want to say one final thing. Thank you all for going to marinasheartcentertarot.com to see the beautiful website that I have tinkered with, because
it looks really nice.
Oh, yes. It makes me so happy to see you guys go there.
Yes.
Click on buy something, click on something, because you can.
Yes, exactly.
The links work.
Yes. I am so thrilled with it. And Val was originally going to walk me through it. And then when she realized just how the I
No,
was.
it wasn't that. It's just that it takes so much longer to explain that it
Yes.
is to just
Yeah. Yeah. She just said, listen, if you give me permission to get on there, I'll do that. I said, here you go. Boom, done.
yeah, it was pretty fast.
Yeah. So please do go over there. Do
Yeah.
take a look at the classes that are on offer. And yeah, there's still time. The Achieving Union course starts on August 1st, and there's still time if you wanted to sign up for that. You can do that on the website. And I really like the class itself because it is designed to fit into your schedule, not my schedule. So it's a 30-day course. Every day you get a short little video from me with some exercises, some things that I want you to do throughout the day. And the idea is that at the end of the 30 days, you're going to have a much stronger union with spirit.
I love that. And
I took the very first class she offered it on, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shari.
So,
Yes.
and I just want to, this is floating my boat a little.
Yeah.
Lois loves your new website.
Yeah.
Lois.
Yeah. Fabulous. Thank you, Lois. Thank you, Lois. So yeah, by all means, reach out to me. Go take a look. Book yourself in for a reading. Give the gift of a reading to someone else. Right? You can purchase a gift card. You determine how much it is, and that's going to determine.
Would really love to have a reading if they knew what they'd get from a reading, but they've never done it. They never reached out and done that. Give them a gift card.
Yes, absolutely. So
I just had somebody that made a donation to me for someone that might want a reading and can't afford it.
Yes.
Talk about how spirit works, because just like 2 weeks before, I was contacted with someone asking, what do I offer? What are the prices? And she was like, well, I have to save up for it. I'm like, I get it. I said, I have to do the same thing.
Yes.
I said, been there, done that. And so I said, occasionally I have somebody that will donate so someone else can have a reading. I said, and if that happens, you're at the top of the list. So, and I was able to email her like 2 weeks later and say, hey, you're in luck. Someone just made a donation. So, got her set up and excited about that. So that's
exciting.
Yeah, exactly. And I will also mention that all three of us offer membership.
Mm-hmm.
I have membership available on the website. Val has membership available on her website.
I don't have a website yet.
Well, not yet.
My memberships are still on YouTube.
Yeah, that are available with that, and I'm slowly asking most of my my members on YouTube to transition over to the website, only because it makes it easier for me to keep in touch with you for the members meetings and all that kind of stuff. And one of the benefits is that, there are times when people book readings and something comes up and they have to reschedule. Well, I've already allotted that time. So who do I go to first? I go to my members first. And I say, hey, Saturday afternoon, I just had a reschedule. I've got a spot Saturday afternoon. You get a special discount because it is last minute notice. First one that gets back to me is in for the reading. Boom, done. Right? So those are all things that are just a little easier for me to navigate through the website than they are through YouTube. But anyway, that's enough of that. But by all means, go check out what we have on offer. Right?
Yeah.
So our sister Aley is enjoying a much needed vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And she is currently doing some touring with Jenny, Starfish Jenny, and Willow. You know what? I can picture them sitting down, having coffee, giggling their butts off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they are
Absolutely.
having a really, really
As
good.
they go cavorting around town.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And hello, Suzanne and Mary Starshine. Thank you for being here. So, what are we going to talk about? Well, here's something that kind of occurred to me, and I thought this would be a really good thing to kind of banter about, and that is intelligence or wisdom more useful? Intelligence or wisdom?
Yeah, that's a good one for sure.
Yeah. So, you'd love to hear from you guys. You feel free to share in the chat. What you think. But in the meantime, Shari, we can start with you.
Oh,
Which
gee,
one?
thanks. Um,
Yeah.
you
Don't know.
know, I think it depends on what it is that you're dealing with in the moment. There are times when intelligence kind of is what you need if you're dealing with something, say, technical or analytical, or something where you need to have your brain in gear to actually figure out what the hell's going on and to fix it. And then there are those times when it's far better to go by wisdom and throw intelligence out the back window.
Mhm.
It's just going to get you in trouble. Um, and I mean, in a way, they both interact with each other the way I've always dealt with it. So one kind of supports the other as they take turns being who's on top and who's on bottom, so to speak.
Yeah.
Um, so even though you may be engaging the intellect part of your brain, the analytical part of your brain, you still got wisdom in the background going, "Psst, go look over there.
Yeah.
Go check that book out over here." Things like that. And then at least that's been my experience personally. They may not do that with y'all, but they like to do that to me.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to the wisdom part, I can be in the process of, delivering a message or going with my wisdom, and suddenly the intellect will pop in the back of my brain and go, "Don't forget to tell them yada yada yada, or to be careful of this or that." And so they kind of work together. I just with the way my brain works, I've just learned to kind of let them. Okay, whose turn is it? Speak up, and
Yeah.
or forever hold your peace. And so, um, and they tend to work well together when I let them. It's when I try to snuff out the noise of one to concentrate on the other
Yeah.
that I tend to get myself in trouble. So that's been a process for me to learn to let
Mhm.
them both kind of go together, and
Yeah.
otherwise I mess myself up.
Yeah. I hear you. How about you, Val?
Okay, well, the answer about is intelligence more or wisdom more useful? For me, would say that wisdom is more useful. And the reason why, just in this instance, is that intelligence can be cutting. It doesn't have compassion in it. It's just intelligence. But and wisdom has compassion and everything behind it, the soul's wisdom, where intelligence comes from the human personality
Yeah.
and what you came in with. So you really have to understand that intelligence is the ability to acquire and apply knowledge. It's logic, memory, analysis, problem solving, often measurable through tests or achievement, fast thinking, reactive, and sharp. It doesn't have to be sharp, but if it's devoid of wisdom, it can be cruelly cutting in its assessment of certain things.
Mhm.
But wisdom, the application and knowledge through your lived experiences and higher understanding, rooted in discernment, empathy, and long-term vision, often connected to intuition, patience, and soul growth, grounded, thoughtful, and heart-centered. And really, it is a real slippery slope because, as Shari has said, you really work with both and they interface. But if you got left with one or the other, I choose wisdom because
Yeah, if I had to
you know,
pick,
if
I
you
would
had
probably go
to,
with my wisdom.
they
So
do.
yeah.
Exactly, they are an interfacing
Mm,
thing because
yeah.
your intelligence in this situation, your intelligence in this world you're in at the moment, and then you have that wisdom also coming in. So the thing is, you can be extremely successful on your intellect, but will you live a happy life? Will you be loved by others? Will you love others? It's just, you can be academically successful or successful
Yes.
on all those levels, but without that guru wisdom where you're sitting like a fool on the hill, you're really going to feel empty from or devoid
Yes.
from a lot of it. So you really want
Yes.
to have it both going for you. But if you just had the wisdom, you'd still understand. You'd understand everything. You'd see the bigger picture of everything. So in intelligence, one thing might happen and you're seeing it on this level and you're ferreting out the logic of it. But really, if you have wisdom, you're looking at it from up here and you don't even pay any attention to it because it's a non-issue. So
Mhm. Yes,
that's,
absolutely.
yeah,
And yeah, you're right, Linda. Yes, you can be intelligent, but not have a lick of wisdom. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, I
And
know a lot of intelligent people that don't have a lick of sense. So,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
And
like,
yeah,
how did you live this long and
yeah.
survive?
yes, yeah. So there, I think that sometimes it's um, real intelligence can't exist without wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom can exist without intelligence.
Yes.
So it's, yeah, although each one of them does play a part in whatever it is that you're doing. Because, yes,
Yeah.
like Shari said, there are some situations that are going to require you to use the brain and to say, okay, the instructions say insert key into slot A. And, you don't need to be smart or have wisdom to do that. You're just following the instructions.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, there are a lot of people that are very, and I'll use the Sheldon Cooper is a good example of that, right?
Yeah.
He is extremely intelligent when it comes to doing certain things. No life skills, like no filter, no real understanding of compassion and so on. So, but yeah, Sheldon, I still love Sheldon Cooper.
He's a great character for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
I live with a couple like that.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
they've got that
all
brain
the intellect in the world,
Yeah.
right? But
Yes.
the wisdom part is missing from that lets you see the higher reason for everything, from life's experiences and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And there's many things that we can fit into into either one of the boxes. And it's sometimes it's hard to marry both of them, in terms of how they could how they could always work together. I think that they take turns. They take turns,
I
right?
like the way Mary Starshine put it. People can be book smart and life dumb.
Yes.
Have you guys ever had a moment where you knew better, that wisdom, but did the smart thing instead and it didn't work? You should have followed
And vice versa. Yeah.
Yes.
I have too. I mean, it's when that voice tells you, that higher self, that connection to your guides and angels is saying, and you get this knowing, but still you go, well, this looks like it would still be a good thing. No.
The map says go left. The voice is telling you, no, don't go left. Go
That's
straight.
right. But it's not your logic. It's your wisdom.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, wisdom is very much rooted in intuition. You I think that you get wisdom by making some poor intelligent choices. That's how you learn to bring in the wisdom, right? That even though the intelligent thing to do would be to A, B, C, but when you look at it from a wisdom point of view, like Val said, it would be cruel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're kind of going back and forth between the two.
Yeah.
But I do agree that if I had to pick one, and which one is more important, I think wisdom is more important than intelligence. Intelligence will only get you so far. But yeah, you can't. I think that you need a good balance of both. Otherwise, you can't appreciate either one.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And
because they're designed to complement one another.
Yes.
Like, would you rather be the smartest person in the room or the wisest, though?
Yes.
I mean, think about that one.
Yeah.
The smartest person or the wisest?
I'd rather be the wisest person.
I'd rather be the wisest. So
by far. But
yeah.
Well, wisdom is what you take with you.
Yes.
It is the soul attribute, whereas the personality is the intelligence that as you're coming in, it's designed just for this one lifetime.
Yes.
So yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I really thought that it would make for a great discussion, because it's six of one, half a dozen of the other. Yeah. Which one, if you had to? It's almost like a Sophie's Choice kind of thing. which one do you go with? Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it can make it, if you're not tuned in to your wisdom, or if you haven't allowed it any free reign in your brain, then it can be difficult at times to just follow the analytical part of your brain, because you've not allowed the wisdom part. You've not allowed the essence of what you get from spirit and all that's around you. You've got it so locked out.
That would be the Sheldon character.
Yes.
Sheldon.
Right. I mean,
he only knows, he's just.
Yeah, it's very tunnel vision. Yeah, you've got. I mean, I'm surrounded by people like that at work, because I deal with a lot of computer nerds, and whatnot, and so they're very focused in what they're doing and how they're doing it. It's all very analytical, and it's like, okay, that's great, but what do you think? What do you feel about it? And you get a blank look on their face.
Yeah, because they only know.
Yeah.
Is it in a book? Let me look it
up. Yeah. What is this feeling?
Well, and that also comes with cultures too, because, and I've seen that because I have a lot of foreign students that are through there, that their culture can have you locked down to a stage where you're afraid to kind of open up and just go with what's happening, because in your culture, that's a major no-no, or that's gonna, get you in trouble. And so sometimes it's trying to help somebody see the difference. You have to be willing to at least listen to the other side of your brain. They're talking to you and telling you, I mean, as our parents told us growing up, use your brain. If your friends jump off the bridge, are you going to jump too? I mean, that would be wisdom coming at you about don't be doing stupid stuff, but it's
Yeah.
also going to be intelligence. If you jump off the damn bridge, you're going to kill yourself. So
Yeah.
again, it's letting those two things combine, and it's not one or the other.
Yes.
Um, yeah, somebody that's it's it when you're willing to let all sides of your brain function, then whatever it is you're running up against, you can usually kind of figure it out
Yeah.
and just go with the flow. Um, where if you're just locked into left brain or right brain, it can really throw you off because you're not.
I think that's probably why, Sherry, some people who are super intellectual, they can get depressed. I mean, if something doesn't work
Yes.
out the way they think,
Yeah,
because
Yes.
it doesn't follow the
well,
formula.
I followed the dots and
Yes.
Right. I mean, analytically, they plot it out. They've got their
plot it out.
formula. Everything's in that little algorithm or that,
Yes.
whatever. And it's like, if I start at A, I should get to B by X amount of time. And when that doesn't happen, they kind of lose it because
They do
Yes.
lose it with
like
a little,
that's not supposed to happen.
like their hard drive crashes because
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You literally see their brain glitching because
brain
they're
goes,
not
Yes. Totally.
getting from point A to point B in 10 seconds flat. Like, it's like,
Totally.
well, life happens. Sometimes it doesn't work that way,
Exactly.
and they have a hard time dealing with that concept of just
Yeah.
things happen,
Yeah.
It's like getting
Just
lost when you're going somewhere and you're telling somebody about, well, halfway through it, we decided, screw it, we'll just make it a fun day and hang at the beach for an hour before we finish our trip. And, and
That would blow
and
an intellectual mind.
yes.
I mean, and
What do you mean
to
we're
tell
not going to follow our agenda?
yeah, I mean, well, and it's like you're going along, there's a detour, and somewhere you miss a detour, and suddenly you end up where you weren't expecting to be.
Yeah.
Totally off the beaten track. And it's like, okay, do I get mad, get upset, and freak out because I'm not where I think I'm supposed to be?
Yeah.
Or do I just sit here and look at the Gulf of Mexico and go, okay, well, it's a trip to the beach and we weren't aware of it. And let's just go play in the water.
Exactly.
And I've actually been there. That has happened to me. And it's like once you give into that wisdom side of yourself, that non-analytical side of your brain to say, okay, you didn't get from point A to point B the way you thought you would.
Mhm.
And that's okay because you got to spend an hour at the beach and you didn't plan on doing that. Wasn't that more fun? Yeah.
And the other thing to consider too is very often, yes, let's say we're following we're following map directions, and it takes you to the wrong place. Is going back and following the same direction, the same steps? Is it going to take you in a different direction? Or do you get to the point that you stop and you say, okay, no, you know what? Maybe if I, instead of using the step-by-step instructions, where do I think I should go? I've been doing in this loop. Maybe what I'm looking for is in the next loop at the next street, and you go over, and sure enough, it's just one of those things. So intellect doesn't always bring you wisdom. Wisdom will often enhance your intellect.
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly.
So definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you, Val, who said to Liz, try a different web browser.
Yeah.
That
Sometimes there's something in there locked in and it'll just keep glitching. But if you go to a new web browser, bring up the website, marinasartcentertarot.com, and it should be okay. Make sure you fill everything out completely and make sure, you don't leave anything out, and it should go through. Yeah.
Lois had a little bit of a challenge, but yeah, she persevered and got it figured out. So yeah, it could have been something as
Yeah. Just
And
make
when
sure.
you do allow the wisdom to kick in and enhance the intellect, and then you work your way through the problem and you come out the other end, you feel so much better about yourself because suddenly you're like, well, I'm a lot
Because your
smarter than
higher
I thought
self,
I was.
yeah, your higher self took care of the situation instead of your personality self, the intellect. So of course you're going to
Right.
feel,
yes,
wow, okay, I feel elevated.
yes, totally. And yet, magical mermaid, yeah, wisdom is mature intelligence tested.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Because
You
if you're
know, I have
smart, your wisdom learns from all of that intelligence and incorporates it into the mix.
Yeah.
yeah. And you know, I wisdom also is something that it's not relative to age. I know some very, very wise young people and some very intelligently challenged older people. So, yeah, I think that because wisdom is based more on feeling and intuition and so on, I think it serves us a little better. Yeah.
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 So I did quickly wanted to share with you guys, and some of you have already heard this. If you've already heard this, you know, just indulge me for a minute. So I went to the powwow on Saturday.
Ooh.
I had Dawn Turner join me, and um, a friend of hers who is quickly becoming a friend of mine. Kim also joined us, and it rained, but it was nice to be in that company. And one of the things, whoops, let me just grab it here. One of the things that I picked up at the powwow that I thought was absolutely adorable, and it's this: the stop the rage, burn the sage.
Oh, I love it.
And
I love it.
yes, and it's a little box that has everything that you need if you wanted to do some cleansing, saging in your
Oh,
in your
that's nice. I like that.
Yeah, I thought it was absolutely fabulous. And yes, my cleansing stuff will fit in here, but yeah, as soon as I saw that stop the rage, burn the sage, I thought, oh yeah, yeah,
Well, I
yeah,
know a lot of people I need to give a box like that to.
yes, yeah, yeah, exactly. So it was a lot of fun listening to the drumming, watching the dancers, being in good company. I felt very refreshed and grounded
Mhm.
afterwards. So that
And you
was
know, when you go somewhere
Wonderful.
like that, you find that the native First Nations peoples are so much more engaging and willing to welcome you into what it is
yes,
that they're doing and explain, you know, what their culture is and what it means when this, that, and the other happens. And it's just, it's, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's a native blood that comes through with me when it deals with that kind of stuff, but it's like, yeah, this is really, you know, it's like, we should have, the white side of my family should have come over here and said, okay, this is your country. Now you tell us where we can go and what we can do so that everybody gets along. We would have
Mhm.
done so much better had we have done that than the
yes,
other way around. You know, I mean,
yeah,
think of all the lives that would have been spared just for starters. But it's again, it's letting that analytical, ego-driven mind convince
Mhm.
you that you're
Mhm.
better than other people when you're
yes,
not. Just because your intelligence is different from someone else
yeah,
doesn't mean you're smarter than someone else.
exactly.
you know, so, and I say that a lot to the students that, you know, I'm like, look, I may not have a bunch of letters after my name, but let me tell you just from experience and from what I've learned over the years, if you do this, this is going to be your result 9 out of 10 times. So
Exactly. Yeah.
maybe think this through before you go making any rash decisions. And
Yep.
most of the time, I usually get them coming back saying, "Oh, you were so right." I'm like, you got to learn
Yeah.
to listen to that inner
Yes.
voice. You know?
Yes.
And
Yeah. Sometimes the intelligent or the intelligent answer is not the right answer.
Yes, sometimes
You
that's
know?
true. Exactly.
The
The
And
one you wouldn't think of.
yeah, yeah, totally. It's, you know, think of it in terms of there's a couple that are very unhappy in their marriage, but they're staying together for the kids because they think, well, you know, intellectually it makes sense because we're, you know, we're only paying the one mortgage and this and that and the other thing. Intellectually, that might make sense,
Yeah.
but on a wisdom level, on a higher level, it makes no sense at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
because
Exactly.
what are you modeling to your kids? You know,
Yes.
and what are you doing to each other?
Yeah.
I mean, I know divorced couples, they get along much better once they get divorced
Yes.
than they ever did when
Exactly.
they were married. You know, it's like y'all just
Yes.
needed to live in separate households and go your own way, you know. And I've
Exactly.
known people that have gotten a divorce and yet they still live in the same house together. They just each have their own separate lives and they get
Yes.
along fine. It's like,
Yes. And
okay,
it
that
works.
works for you.
Yeah.
Good.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think
And
it's tuning into yourself and discovering what works for you.
yeah. And I just want to, Jermaine has asked a couple things. Jermaine, we don't do readings during this show. If you're interested in having us read on something, we generally ask anyone to post it, the question in our comment sections before the Wednesday show, and then you know, we can take a look at it and we can pull some cards, but we don't take questions from the chat, not during the show. The other thing that you could do is all three of us offer readings, so you can go to get in touch with us and book yourself in for a paid reading, and yeah, you get us for half an hour to an hour. Lots of questions can be answered then. So there you go. Yeah. And Linda said she's going to 3 fire powwows in August. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Great.
Yeah.
You know, here in the States, and I think it's all of the Northwest tribes that have like a big powwow thing where they
Yes.
all come together and do their different culture,
Yes.
because they're all a little different, you know. And I actually got an email this past year inviting me to come be a vendor since I was
Nice.
part native
Thanks,
for
Jermaine.
their thing, but I just financially I just couldn't wing it this year. And I wrote back, I said, I am so humbled that you asked, but maybe next year or the year
Yes.
after when y'all do the next one, I'll be aware of it and I can start putting money aside for that to go and be able to, because you got to have a hotel and you got, all that kind of stuff. And it's like,
Yes.
but I would love to do something like that. I mean, that just would be so
Absolutely.
cool. I know when I lived in
Absolutely.
Arizona, I lived literally on the other side of the highway from one of the reservations. It was like you had city, you had the Loop 202, and then you had the reservation. So,
Yeah.
it was like the state actually bought the strip of land they put the highway on from the reservation
Yeah.
to
Yes.
put the
A lot of
highway
our
on.
highways go through reservations.
Yeah, and so,
Absolutely.
or it skirts the outer edge, and so it was cool because there was a lot of little things they would do over there that I was right there. I could, just hop in the car and drive a few
Yep.
blocks and boom, I was there. It was really great. And,
And
and
if
like I
you
said,
ever have
it
a
always,
chance to go to a powwow, please do,
mhm,
because the experience is going to move you. It really truly will.
yeah,
Not only do um, you give in to the drumming, the heartbeat of Mother Nature. You're exposed to some of the incredible food that is there. You also have an opportunity to see people presented in a light that is much different than the one that you have been told that they represent.
Yeah, true.
And that, yeah, that's the big one. That's a big one for me, is that there's things that you hear about the native culture,
mhm,
and what they are like as a group, and then you actually interact with them, and you realize that there is a lot more wisdom in what they offer
Yeah.
than
oh
what
yeah,
you have been told, what you've been led to believe. um,
Mhm.
without a doubt. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, there's a lot more. There's just so much more you can learn about
Yes.
your own life, just being kind of involved, even though you're not in the group, you're on the outskirts of it. But the
Mhm.
fact that they allow you to come in and talk to their leaders, talk to their
Yes.
medicine men and their wise women, and whatnot.
Hmm.
There's just so much knowledge that you can come away with that's not in a book somewhere. You
Exactly.
know?
Mhm.
Yeah. Exactly. They're very welcoming. I've never had a bad experience. It's
Yeah.
always been very, very positive. That's why I continue to search for them and continue to go year after year. And Jason Vincent wanted to know, do you have to be personally invited to a power or just search it? No, you can do a Google search for powwows near me, powwows in my area, or whatnot. Each one of the nations does it a little differently in terms of what they'll
Yeah.
have at the powwow, but generally they're fabulous opening ceremonies. They have competitions, like dancing competitions.
Yeah.
um, and there's food that is around.
They offer classes to show you how to, like, the bead
Yeah,
making.
yes,
It's
yes,
really remarkable the things you can
yes,
learn just
yeah,
going to one. Now they do have private ceremonies that they do where outsiders are not allowed in. You have to be a member of that tribe or that clan
yes,
to,
yeah,
to go, but they're very clear on that. Yeah, they
yes, yeah,
they they post and put it out there when it's open to the public for people to come in.
absolutely.
And
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, I don't know, and I'm sure that a lot of the nation's powwows kind of run the same way, but the ones that I'm familiar with, there are certain things that are not allowed um, in in the powwow or in the powwow space. Alcohol, not allowed. Everybody to the latest episode. Drugs of any kind, not
Mhm.
allowed.
Mhm.
yeah,
If you're at all abusive in any way, shape, or form, you're out of there. Like
yeah,
there's
they don't play
the
around.
native police presence is all over the place, and they will approach you very kindly and say, that's really not appropriate to have that happen here. So you but watch your step, and if you get out of line, boom, you're gone.
Yeah,
That's it. There's and they can do that because you are on native land.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
one of the things that you never want to do when you're on a reservation is, I know my rights.
No,
You
you
ain't
don't.
got me.
You don't have
You
any
ain't
rights. If
got
you're
me.
not a member of that clan, you have no rights. You are on their land, their property.
Yes.
Zip your lip and do what they tell you to do.
Yes.
Just
Exactly. And there was so many different little booths that were selling all kinds of different things.
yeah.
There's um clothes, hoodies, t-shirts, the little boxes, jewelry, a lot of beaded items that were
Oh yeah.
fabulous. And Kim was saying,
Moccasins and
oh,
oh yeah.
yeah, yeah. Kim was saying one of the things that she has been searching for the last number of months is she wanted to get one of those uh, kind of flatter brim hats, but that's embroidered on the edge.
Mm.
Yeah.
We're walking around and a guy's putting them out.
Ooh.
And it's like, Kim, you asked. The universe heard. There it is. What color? What size? You know. So yeah, she was thrilled to be
That's
able to get that.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So the arts of the uh, Native Americans, the First Nation, are incredible. And I actually have some Navajo like wedding pots and different things I bought on the reservation that are so gorgeous. They're like heirlooms.
Yes.
So definitely, if you ever can, drive through some of those areas.
That's
Please
how I
buy
got
their crafts, buy their artistic.
introduced into the community was
Oh.
through a picture.
Yeah.
Yes.
By one of the natives in the tribe that I lived next to there when I was in Scottsdale.
Yeah.
And that picture popped up, and it was life changing, and that was somebody in that community that painted that picture and then put it in their calendar that they were giving out that year. That's
And you
how
can
I
bet
got
that
the
it's
picture.
very spiritually connected
Yeah.
because
Oh,
everything they
absolutely.
do has that quality.
Mhm.
Yeah, just really powerful.
Yeah.
They're just so much more in tune with the earth and what's going on in the earth, on the earth, in the sky. That just,
Yes.
I mean, it's like going to India or something. And
Yeah, it's like going to
Yes.
another country
to,
with
to the gurus there, or the Hindi, I forget
Yes.
what they call them, the guys that do this stuff. Um,
Yeah.
but it's there's just so much you can learn. You
Uh-huh.
just have to open yourself up to it. And that's
Yeah.
true with any culture. I mean, you can go into any culture. It
Totally.
doesn't have to be a native or a First Nations culture or anything.
Mhm.
You go to France, go to England. I mean, there are things you're going to learn that you would never know living in the United States of America all of your life.
Yes.
Take a trip to Scotland or Ireland and learn
Exactly.
real quick what you don't know.
Exactly. Yeah.
um,
And
and
Suzanne, very true. Yeah, the drum resonates in a very deep way. It's sacred. It
yeah,
is sacred. There's, I know my sister she's fairly connected to let's put it that way, to the Native community around here through her work and so on. And yet she actually participated in making her own drum.
Yeah, man.
And that is,
Yeah.
that is something. And learning the meaning behind
Mhm.
different things. And that,
yeah,
sometimes we do things without thinking about why we're doing them. And I find a lot of Native things are done
With
with
the
intention.
intentionality. Yes.
Yes.
Deep intentionality with
Yes.
every stroke, with every stringing of something, the Kachina dolls, anything that is made is really reverent and for a
Yeah.
higher purpose and very connected. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they're very very giving in a lot of ways, very sharing in their knowledge. And isn't it amazing that in all the wisdom that as the white people as the privilege that we have picked up. And what is it that we are reverting to? We are reverting to a lot of those native teachings. Being good stewards of the earth.
Yes.
We finally learned enough to realize they know a hell of a lot more about this whole planet than we do. We better listen if we want to survive,
And I just wanted to highlight, Robert was saying, I did a favor for a Native lady's son years ago, and I did not want payment, so she made me an authentic drum, very special to me. And I just want to say, the First Nation people, if you do them a favor or you do something for them, they will they'll move heaven and earth to balance out that energy by doing something for you or giving you something.
The reciprocal response you get is huge. Overwhelming.
It's overwhelming because they will go even bigger energy to you with something. Yeah.
The first shamanic class I ever took, Danny, most of us originally knew him as Bathrobe Danny, but Danny Shea teaches shaman classes. And the first shaman class I ever made, he was like, he wanted everybody for the next class to bring a rattle, go get a rattle.
Yes.
And I'm like, I had no money. I couldn't afford to go buy anything. And I'm just like out of my brain trying to think, well, what am I going to use for a rattle? And my son was like, well, why don't you use an empty pill bottle and put some of those little stones you've got in there? And then he took a dowel stick and ran it through and secured it with, a bolt and a nut and bolt. Mm-hmm. And when I brought it to class and I shared, I said, it's ugly, but it rattles. And Danny's like, that's more powerful than anything you could have bought. He said, because you made it.
Right.
It came from within you and your son who helped you with it. He said, so that's infused with your energy and your power.
Absolutely.
Like, I didn't even think of it in that term because I was so brand new at all of this. Because, the first thing you do is you go online, you look to go buy, a rattle, and they're kind of expensive. And you're like, I don't have that kind of money. So, and I kept saying I was going to decorate it and make it look pretty. No, it's still just the bottle. And he did it so that I can take the cap off and like slide it up the dowel. And I can change out the stones if I want to.
Perfect.
I'm like, that's
it's
cool.
Multi-purpose. Yeah, it's
multi-purpose,
Yeah. So there you go. And isn't it amazing? Yeah, we started off talking about intelligence and wisdom, and we have come right back to the wisdom and intelligence. And what is it that the natives are sharing their wisdom with us.
Yes.
Right. And that ultimately, that is what is important. Right. While we kind of tend to approach things maybe from that intellectual perspective, they rely a lot more on the intuition and what is good for everyone.
Yes.
It just took most of us white people a while to realize they actually got it locked. I'm the one that needs to go to them for help, not the other way around, so.
Well, greed was the whole thing that got us into all of this situation.
Yes.
From the beginning of time.
And exactly ugly head. So
exactly. So before I let you all go, thank you again for joining us and for being part of our discussion and sharing your insights with us. I'll remind you again, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I have the ladies' information in the description of the video. Check out the Val's Dragonfly Crystals.store. Check out my website. Get ready to check out Shari's website when she puts it together.
Get it up and going, yeah.
Yeah, but by all means, reach out to us.
And I'm working on putting together a class too. So
yeah, get that class going.
Yeah.
on vision boards. I'm gonna put together information to do a class on making vision boards. So
perfect.
Yeah. So take advantage of what it is that we offer.
Yeah.
You won't
It doesn't overlap. It's all, you need it all. Take every class you can get your hands on.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All perfect.
So thank you, Shari. Thank you, Val. Next time we are on Shari's channel. That will be on the 6th.
There you go.
And so we will all gather at Shari's house and see what's happening there. And in the meantime, I hope that the rest of you have a fabulous rest of the week. An enjoyable weekend.
Timing, my dinner just arrived.
Excellent. I knew that. It's like I'm psychic or something.
Psychic.
You know?
I'm telling you.
All right, everyone. Take care and bye for now.
Good night, y'all.